you know, one of my cardinal rules in life is to never dish out any advice. But in this video, I'm going to dish out an absolute gem, so stay with me. Okay, out of all of the most powerful people that I've ever looked up to, I've ever admired, I've ever researched their information, or even I've ever met, the one thing that was a common thread amongst all of them is that they were really, really okay with being themselves. They called it as it was, you know, and they said the things that were most important to them. They didn't shrink to make other people feel tall. And it's funny, I was dealing with my kids the other day, and I started to notice that, you know, whenever Lexi was being creative, I'd say, wow, that's really creative, well done, honey. Or whenever Lola was being really funny, I'd say, oh, Lola, you're so funny. So I actually have to acknowledge my wife in terms of this, because it was actually my wife that pointed it out to me. She said to me that, you know, what you're doing is you're rewarding a behavior rather than rewarding the person. And when you do that, what happens is you start to split their personality and fracture who they are. So they will try to be one way for daddy because they want to get a certain level of acknowledgement. Now, what that does, and what I've seen happen with people, because I spend a lot of time working with people, people who are successful in their relationships are more themselves rather than trying to be somebody for their partner. You know, people who are successful in work and in their careers are more themselves rather than trying to be something for the boss or be something for the employer. So it's very important in your life to be yourself. Now, being yourself is actually really, really easy. And I just want to give you 2 tips to show you how to actually do that. The first tip is that whenever you find you're trying to be someone else for someone else, whenever you find you're acting out a certain behavior around your partner, ask yourself, how is that a disservice to my partner that I behave like this? And also, how is it a disservice to me that I behave like this? And if I'm myself, then you've got to ask yourself, okay, if I was really, really being authentic and I was really, really being myself, how would that be of service to me, and also how would it be of service to my partner? Now, being yourself takes responsibility, it takes accountability, because as you begin to be yourself and as you begin to say the things that you feel are important to you, and as you start to step up into your truth and use your integrity, what happens is that it's not how you've normally behaved or acted. So for the first time when you start to do it, you can feel a little bit wobbly, but the more you do it, the more you'll feel that you're being appreciated for it, you're being loved for it, and you're being acknowledged for it. So I know in my work situation, the thing I'm constantly encouraging the guys to do is to just be themselves. Say what's on your mind, talk, open up, be creative, allow that part of yourself to come out, allow that part of yourself to spill out amongst their meetings or even with the clients or with the staff. Just be yourselves, guys. I think that that's really, really important. Now, a quick tip on how to handle this with the kids. I know that in my life, you know, Lexi and Lola, my 2 daughters, are very, very different people. But Lexi is really creative, and you know, she's really kinesthetic, so she's really hands-on. And Lola is more the intellect. So Lola, you know, she works things out and she speaks from her heart and her head at the same time. The way in which Lexi airs her frustrations is she builds things and fixes things and paints and creates stuff. And I realized, you know, rather than me saying to her, wow, that's really magnificent, that looks really good, or that's really, you know, you're really intelligent, what I say to them is, you must be feeling really inspired right now. You must be feeling really creative right now. You must be feeling a great sense of satisfaction and gratitude right now. So what it does is it gets the child to register and go, whoa, yeah, that is what I'm feeling. It gets the child to be okay with themselves. It gets the child to be okay with their feelings. The other thing when I'm dealing with Lola is that, you know, Lola has an amazing sense of humor. For a 3-year-old, like, she has an extraordinary sense of humor. And when she does something funny, I'll say to her, Lola, you must be feeling really funny right now. You must be feeling really connected right now. You must be feeling as if you have my attention right now. And that must be making you feel really, really grateful and a great sense of joy and happiness. And she will sit there going, yes, Daddy, it does, Daddy. Yes, Daddy, it does, Daddy. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing her to acknowledge her creative side and get her to tap in and feel that, so that when she does things, she doesn't do them for other people, she actually does it for herself. And it's same with Lexi. When she's being creative, she's not being creative for Daddy, she's actually being creative for herself. And she's not being creative to get reward from me as much as that happens. She's being creative to feel the reward inside of herself. Okay, guys, I trust that you've loved this piece of information, this little gem of advice. Now, as usual, we want to take this to the comment section and let's kick off the conversation. And what I'm going to ask you to do is just if you can give me some other tips about how we can help people to be authentic, and also if you're finding it difficult to be authentic within your relationships, within your work life, just let us know, and I'll share with you some more information so that we can help you out. Now, on top of speaking about helping you out, I've got an evening coming up, Catapult to Consciousness. It's where I'm speaking in Melbourne. You'll see the dates just below you there, and if you want to come along to Catapult to Consciousness, it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything, and I'm going to be speaking for about an hour and a half on quantum physics, neuroplasticity, classical physics, and how human beings can actually step up into their being themselves and being more empowered. I've loved this. Please feel free to tweet it. If you know anybody that's struggling with being themselves or struggling with recognizing they're a genius, please feel free to share this information. We'd really appreciate that. Or else you can tweet it. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. See you in Melbourne. Bye-bye.